From climber to a billionaire, this is a story about a man who gave away his company so that he can save our planet. Yvon Chouinard is a self-proclaimed craftsman who built outdoor clothing company to help climbers and offer enjoyable working conditions. This is how it all started. In 1957, he bought a second-hand coal-fired forge and set up a blacksmith shop in a chicken coop in his parents' backyard in California. He handmade pitons, metal spikes driven into a rock to support climbers' ropes. The pitons proved very popular with his friends and other climbers. It was also profitable, and he could forge 2 pitons an hour and sell them for $1.50 each, giving him time and money to spend adventuring. Soon, he figured out that he could pack up his blacksmith tools and take them with him as he surfed his way up and down the west of the US during the winter and on climbing trips across the US and Canada in the summer. One year, he even spent weeks in the Rockies, surviving on a case of 5 cans of tuna cat food mixed with oatmeal and potatoes. Some years, he spent more than 200 nights outside, and he claimed not to have owned a tent until he was almost 40. The idea of setting up a clothing business came about on a climbing trip. In Scotland, in the winter of 1970, he bought a rugby shirt to wear while rock climbing, as the thick collar kept his hardware slings loaded with heavy equipment from cutting into his neck. He kept wearing the top, which was azure blue with 2 red stripes and 1 yellow stripe, and when he returned to the US, all his climbing friends asked where they could get one. He started importing them before expanding into other clothing and equipment for climbing. The company was originally called Chouinard Equipment before he changed it after a transformative trip to Patagonia in South America to climb Mount Fitzroy with his best friend Doc Tompkins, who was a founder of North Face Company. Chouinard took his philosophy and embedded it in Patagonia. Patagonia has leveraged its position as a top outdoor gear and clothing brand to advocate for environmental causes. Based on his ownership of Patagonia, Chouinard's net worth is $1 billion. In the early 90s, Patagonia started using organic cotton, and its buyers coached Nike and The Gap on how to make the switch. Chouinard might have just achieved what he set out to do: create a business that inspires others to find solutions to the planet's environmental woes. He still travels part of the year, and he never had an intention to make money. Decades before the pandemic, flexible working was always the standard at Patagonia, which is headquartered in Ventura, California, because it is one of the world's best surfing spots. "We don't care when you work as long as the work gets done," he said in a speech at the University of California. He also said, "If you're a serious surfer, you don't say 'let's go surfing next Thursday.' Instead, you go surfing when there's surf, or you go powder skiing when there's powder. We wanted to have a job where we would be allowed to do that."